everyone, good morning and welcome back. I hope you're having a great week. It's Tiff with Voices for Independence Fitness and Activities here with you on this Wednesday morning. It's March 24th. We're well into spring now, so I hope your weather is nice. Ours is still holding out here in Erie, Pennsylvania. We're about to get cold again, so I am embracing one of the last days of 60-ish, high 50 degree weather. So today, what I have for you is a great recipe. I tried to bring you healthy recipes that are not only nutritious, but also delicious and simple to make. What I have today is one of my favorite recipes. My favorite type of cuisine, I would have to say, is Mexican, but my second is definitely Middle Eastern food, like Lebanese. There is a great restaurant here in Erie, PA. I'll give a shout out to them. It's Casablanca. It's our favorite restaurant. Chris and I eat there a lot. They have wonderful food. They have one of my favorite things is falafels, and then my second favorite thing they make is their lentil soup. Again, they make Lebanese style food, and Lebanon is a Middle Eastern country that sits right next to Syria, and their food is so amazing. So I'm going to try and recreate a lentil soup today. I doubt it'll taste like theirs, but it's a simple recipe, and it's so great, packed full of antioxidants and great nutritious ingredients. So what you use in lentil soup is obviously some lentils. Lentils are a legume. They're in the seed family. And they're mostly grown in India, and Canada, of all places, produces over half the lentils in the whole world. You can get them in at least two varieties. There's red lentils and green lentils. Now, red lentils are hulled. So lentils are like little seeds in pods, and there's about 2 or 3 lentils in each pod. And when you open them, there's little green seeds. And then on the next step is to hull them or peel away that harder outside. It's not a shell per se, because you can buy green lentils, and if you soak them, you obviously can cook with them as well. These ones have already been hulled, so they don't take as long to cook, and they are so wonderful. Lentils are packed with protein. Let me see, I brought it up here. So in a 1/2 cup of lentils, you get 12 grams of protein, which is huge for a single food. And it also has 9 grams of fiber. So that is a great source of both of those nutritional things that we need in our diet. So we have lentils here. We also have some onions, slightly diced, really fine. And then we're going to use some garlic. You'll need some chicken stock. And then your seasonings today will just be your salt and pepper, cumin, and then turmeric. Now, turmeric is another great seasoning packed with nutrients. It is in the ginger family of all things. Ginger we use the root of, and with turmeric we use the actual plant part. And it is great anti-inflammatory. It helps your vision. It's a heart-healthy seasoning. So this is great to be adding to it. A lot of people, they actually make turmeric capsules that people take for anti-inflammatory properties of it. But we're going to make it simple ingredients, but it's just so packed with delicious flavor. So what we're going to do first is we're going to turn on our skillet, and we're going to add a little bit of your favorite oil to it. I'm using an olive oil today, an extra virgin olive oil. And once again, kind of a base of all soups and sauces. We're going to kind of just saute our finely diced onion. So I have that here. Now this typically makes... So let me see, how many do they serve out of this? Well, it takes 8 cups of broth. Now, 1 carton like this is 4. So I'm cutting my recipe in half because there's just 2 of us here, and I don't want to be wasteful, and especially if I am not the best at making this. So we're going to try it out. I like to do smaller batches to test stuff out. So I have my oil heating here, and let me get out something to stir with. And then I am going to add my onions right into that hot oil. So we're gonna put those right in. I'm using about a 1/4 to a 1/2 onion, depending on how much you want to make today. And then I like a little bit extra onion, so I might have put a little bit more in there. And we're gonna let those cook down a second. And then what you're going to want to do for your lentils, now lentils can come in a box. Lots of times Goya is a brand that makes them too. They'll come in a package like this. You can find them lots of times. This brand is in its own area at the grocery store with all their products. You can get your red lentils and your green lentils like this. So when you get them, they suggest that you put them in a strainer and rinse and drain your lentils. It'll get some of that outside coating off. And then for this, it calls for 1.5 cups of lentils. So I'm using 3/4 of a cup. So I already rinsed and drained my lentils. It only took but a second to do. And while our onions are cooking down here, we're going to add our garlic and our other seasonings at this time. So for our garlic, I'm adding about 2 cloves, which is 1/2 teaspoon per clove. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of minced garlic right into our pan. And then I'm also going to add I'm cutting it in half again, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. So let me open up my jar here so I can access it. So I have a little 1/4 teaspoon here, so I want 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. And then we're also going to just be adding just a little bit of turmeric. Turmeric is a great seasoning. It is has a very strong flavor, so you don't need much of it. So for the cumin, or pardon me, the turmeric, we're only going to use about 1/2 teaspoon. So I'm going to add that right in there as well, and then we can just stir our seasonings in with our oil and our sauteing onions and get that going. Again, this is very simple, but makes such a delicious soup. So the lentils will kind of thicken it up, and if you want to, you can even put it in the blender to make it smoother, and it's definitely going to have a consistency like a potato soup would. A little bit thinner, but it'll still have that thickness to it from the lentils. So just so you know kind of what texture you're getting when I say lentil soup. It's not total broth. It does definitely have a little bit of texture and thickness to it. So once you get that going, we are going to then add 4 cups. Now, if you buy cartons of broth like this, or chicken stock, this is the full 4 cups. If you're making the full recipe, you're going to want 2 of these. You can see it's hot in there, so our onions are getting nice and translucent and getting a little brown to them, caramelized, so that's where we want it. We're going to add our stock right to the pot. And then once you do that, we're going to let that sit for a second. It smells delicious. I can smell that turmeric and cumin now. Such great hearty seasonings. They smell delicious. Again, this is like one of our favorites soups, or part of the meal when we order from the local Lebanese restaurant. We always get the same thing. It's called the Casablanca Platter, named after the restaurant. And it gives kind of like a sample of other things. So you'll get like the doma, which is a grape leaf wrapped with a little meat inside. And you'll get like the tabbouleh salad, which is wonderful. It's a parsley salad. And you'll get some other delicious, the falafel, so other delicious samplings of the Middle Eastern food. And it starts you off with a bowl of lentil soup. So that's where it came from, and it, like I said, it's just so packed full of nutrients, with the turmeric and the lentils being so high in protein and fiber, that it is just a wonderful, tasty dish, and it's really good for you. You don't feel bad eating it. All right, so then lastly, all we're going to add in is our 3/4 cup of our lentils that we rinsed and drained. So I'm just going to, whoops, dropping papers. I'm just going to put this right into the pot. Because I rinsed and drained them, they're a little bit sticky now because they're still a little bit damp. But you can just scrape them right in there. And that's all there is to it, folks. We're going to let this come to a little bit of a boil, and then we're going to simmer for about 35 minutes. And you're going to have a delicious traditional Lebanese lentil soup. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I'll post in the comments below. As always, stay tuned for all the live health and wellness and fitness videos throughout the day. We have Crafter's Corner this afternoon, and Brenda will be checking in at the end of the day with some great information. So stick around, cook up something nutritious, get outside, stay healthy, stay fit. I'll catch you later. Have a good day.